My name is Jens André, and I'm here to give you a short outline of the FIG Young Surveyors Network. Maybe you've heard about the network before because you had some of these red flyers in your conference bags. So I brought some of them here when you don't have got one. And I just want to give you a short overview. What is this network? What are we doing? And how you can contribute to this network before we hand over to Jean-Yves Pielot from CLGE for the student contest and the official part of the student meeting. So I've brought here a short overview about the Young Surveyors Committee, and we have a committee of with the chair, who is actually Kate, a girl from Australia, and the other one, two vice chairs, which are sorted in the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. And then it's the secretary, Eva Maria, from Austria. And it's me, the treasurer, and also we have a guy who is responsible for our sponsorship. And we have these national and regional representatives, and that's might be your role in the network. So if you want to contribute to the network, this is the best chance to get active part of this network. And well, I just want to give you an outline of what's our vision. So the vision is to individual members to have opportunities to locally and internationally contribute to this network, and the surveying profession so is united across the disciplines, generations. So as we see here, young surveyors and also the young professionals, students, and all together. So that's one of our greatest visions, to bring them all together in one place and to start networking. And yeah, what's the mission of the network? So the mission is to create an international network of young surveyors. So, and they are to promote international opportunities and experience for young surveyors, which means conferences, for instance, or activities, workshops, and here especially also the information how to replicate them. So not only to do it once, so to do it several times or at several places. And the biggest thing is, what we think from the network committee, is the networking. So that's also, I think, the reason why all you students are here today, for networking reasons. So the main thing is you tell us how we can help. So it's not the committee who creates the network, so it's everybody of you who will contribute to this and also to a positive global image of the surveying profession. For the period of 2011 to 2014 in the FIG Young Surveyors Network, we had formulated these three goals. So the first one is to represent young surveyors' interests within the FIG, and to improve the young surveyor awareness of and the involvement in the FIG. So it means to support local, regional, national, and international networks of young surveyors by providing a forum for sharing knowledge, skills, and also experience. And as I mentioned before, everybody of you can contribute, and the main thing is that we have some regional coordinators, so that we have some people who we can talk to and then coordinate the rest. So that means what's your job when you want to act as a regional coordinator, for instance? So that might be to make the contact with the national bodies. So because it's difficult to build up a global network, even, or let's say a national network for Europe, and that's the problem. We don't know about the people who have to talk to in the local countries. So that's you from, let's say, Belgium, Austria, Sweden, Switzerland, and so on. You know to which people you have to talk in your country. And that might be one of the biggest things to get this connection here. And also to feed through the information to the national young surveyors, which are present in the global network. And together with other committee members, it's also to produce a document outlining successful activities and strategies for young surveyors. So when you think you can help or contribute to the network, so just let us know. Yeah, I talked about communication and networking. So we publish a newsletter which is coming quarterly, and also for special FIG events there will be some newsletters sent out, and we also have a web page, of course, and some of the social media addresses are given here on the right hand side, so they are also on the flyer which is included in your conference bag. So it might be Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So what are our ideas for the future? The first idea is to develop and provide material how to run a national network. That might be something like speed mentoring or map your town actions or open source mapping for disaster recovery. And also we want to reach out more regional and national contacts. So that's the big issue. And of course also the link with the industry to identify internship or other opportunities. So again, the thing, if you got an idea or you might think you can help, so just let us know. So that might be my main message. So if you want to contribute, if you have any ideas, just let us know. And that brings me already to the end. So if you need further information, just visit the website given at the first, in the first line. And also added the contact details of our chair, who is also open for any questions or inquiries. And I want to conclude or finish my short presentation with some outline of the next bigger FIG events, which is the next working week next year in Nigeria, and the big conference 2014 in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So thanks for your attention, and so I will hand over to Jean-Yves for the CLGE contest.
Thank you very much, Jens André, for this kind introduction. And also, I already want to thank you for all the work that you have done, because you were also the local organizer for this students contest and students meeting. We are very grateful for this, and remind me that I have to give you a CLG pin at the end of this session. Thank you very much for everybody to be here. Thank you. You did a long journey to come here, and now I'm happy with this crowded stand. We will give you a few words about CLGE before starting actually with the students' meeting and the students' contest. You see a lot of people who have worked to prepare this. You see Jens André, myself, Leif Bjarte, Omar Pierre, Frank, and Professor Dr. Karl Friedrich Thöne will come later on to greet you. I see, Frank, you have a problem. You are the only one with only one first name, so you should arrange for the next meeting. Perhaps you could have two first names. But, of course, I'm just kidding. After this introduction of the FIG Young Surveyors Network, of course, it's very interesting to engage at the global level. I will explain this later on. We will start with the ceremonial part of the meeting here. But first, before we can go to the party, we have to thank the people who made this possible, and especially our sponsors. We had a good contribution, of course, from the host here from INTERGEO. It's DVV, and Professor Karl Friedrich Thöne will join us soon to give you a few words. And then we have the two main sponsors are TRIMBLE and ESRI. But first I want to show you what CLG is in a nutshell. It's very difficult for me to do this in a nutshell, because for me it's so important, but I will try to keep it very short. All of you should know this. This is a chocolate bar, very famous. Perhaps you will need one tomorrow morning with a Coke. I don't know. Here, this is too quick. You know these people too. It's a band, a well-known band. And, no, this guy is too early. You know this guy too, very famous. And then this guy is not so famous, but if you look good in my face, perhaps you can recognize my eyes. Yes, once upon a time I was young too. But what do all these famous and less famous people have in common with the chocolate bar? It's this: they are 50 years old this year, 62, 2012. But that alone is not enough. CLG is 50 years young, and I will try to show you that we are a young and dynamic association. We unite, in fact, 36 states, 36 countries all over Europe. You see them up there. There are still some gray places, but they will become blue soon, I'm sure. And we have, of course, the 27 EU member states. we are representing the profession as a whole, that we do not only represent the private sector, but also the public part and the academic part. So we are about 100,000 surveyors in Europe. It means that this is a very, very, very small profession. We have only 1 in 10,000 Europeans is a surveyor. So we have to be very loud and clear if we want to appear on the radar of the decision makers. And we have to cooperate with our sister organizations and, of course, also with the parent organization, and that's FIG. Here, there's a lot of text. I invite you to go to the website of CLGE and to read it carefully. But what are we working on? We are working on all the activities that you can see here on this fairground. This, in a few words, is a definition of CLGE. But we are also there for the sustainable development of our society, and therefore we have some responsibility towards the public and individual interests of the European citizens. Here again, a lot of text. These are our strategic goals, but I can say it in a few words. First of all, we want influence. We want to shape the future of the profession together with you. That's why we are asking your presence. That's why we want to engage with you. We want visibility. We have a lack of visibility. I said only 1 in 10,000 is a surveyor, and therefore a lot of people do not know what we are doing actually. Then we want renewal. Here I would like to stress the total strategic goal. It's to motivate young surveyors to become active within their national association and hence within CLGE. That's what Jens André has told you before. To become active in the FIG Young Surveyors Network, first of all, you have to join your national association, and then you join automatically CLGE, and then you can also be active in the FIG Young Surveyors Network. So how are we reaching these goals, these strategic goals? By proximity. We want to be very close to our members. We want to be proactive. We do not want to wait what will happen. We want to influence the policymakers, and of course, therefore, we have to cooperate with big organizations. And finally, we want to be professionals. Although we are doing this for free, we want to have professional standards in the way of running our association. One thing was the proximity, so we want to fill the gap between the association and the individual members in Europe, and therefore we have developed an editorial policy. You can find all the details, everything, every single word that I tell, you can find it on the website. It's always posted there in a few days after the event. You can follow us on Twitter, either with CLG President or CLGE, the generic address, and I hope that tomorrow there will be 280 new followers. So I will count this tomorrow morning. I hope it will work. You can also, of course, register for our magazine. We have a free column of 3 pages in the magazine Geoinformatics. And we will start very soon, but it's not so important for you, I suppose, but we will start a multilingual internal newsletter that will be sent to all the members. Here you see Geoinformatics. Here you will always have 3 pages about latest news every month, and you can register on this website, geoinformatics.com/CLGE, and it's for free. We have a series of conferences. We organize seminars. You can see the list here. I will not go into detail, and we are preparing a conference that will take place tomorrow. But we are not only speaking, we are also acting. Here you can see the signing of the Code of Conduct. The Code of Conduct was signed in Rome in 2009. It's a Code of Conduct that's applicable from the Ural to the Atlantic Ocean, from the Polar Circle to the Mediterranean. It's a huge territory, and all the surveyors have agreed to apply this Code of Conduct. It's a guarantee of quality. It was well recognized by the European Union, and now we are ratifying this Code of Conduct in the different member associations. Here you see flags waving on a house. This is the House of the European Surveyors and Geoinformation in Brussels. It was solemnly opened on 10 October 2010, and this is not only the House of CLGE, it's also the House of Eurogeographics, a big association of national cadastral and mapping agencies, but it's also your house. This means whenever Jens André wants to plan a meeting in Brussels with officials from the European Commission, you never know, well, you are welcome. Please warn us in advance because we have to book the rooms for you. And I hope that some other flags than the Belgian flags will wave at this facade in the near future. Our visibility that we gained through all these actions is good. And for instance, we have a very good relationship with the GNSS agency, the European agency in charge of Galileo and EGNOS. And one of the representatives is here, is Rainer Blasi. Rainer, show you please. So tonight you can ask him all the questions about Galileo. He's there for you. He will answer, I suppose, if you have enough time, of course. So we have the support from GSA. We are working hand in hand, and here you see the executive director of GSA addressing our association. So we are here at INTERGEO, of course, you know this. We are preparing our conference for tomorrow, and there we will also an activity that we did. We have made a European real estate area label to solve a problem that's so stupid, but it's real. If you take a building in Brussels, about 100 square meters, for instance, you take it with a big crane and you put it in London, it becomes 130 square meters. So to stop this anomaly, we have created a European real estate area label, and we will publish this solemnly here tomorrow on our conference. And you can either download it. We are normally a paper-free organization. You can download this from the website tomorrow, or we have made an exception on the rule you can take away one hard copy to use this during all your career, we hope. We are doing all this to appear on the radar of the policymakers, that's sure, and we are also trying to make the marketing of our profession. We have to think in marketing terms, not only be the technicians in the field and being always behind the comma with our accuracy. No, we have also to think, how can we sell our profession? And therefore we have introduced the Day of the European Surveyor and Geoinformation. This year it was on the 5th of March. We have unveiled this poster on the 5th of March in Brussels, and next year we will have another activity. Here you can see Shihai Theo, the president of FIG, who unveils the poster. The next event will be on the 22nd of March 2013, and we hope that you will be active in your country to celebrate the European Survey and Geoinformation on that very day and the whole week before, from the 16th until the 24th, to make actions or to help your association to organize these actions. You see the question marks. The day after tomorrow, we will decide who will be the famous surveyor for 2013. But what we know already is that the European Commission has agreed to bring this exposition to where was it? Budapest, where we will meet for this celebration. So we will have this European Space Expo at our disposition. It's really great, of course. So this finished my short presentation. I hope it was not too long. We have a certain amount of requests to you. We want you to join your national association if it's not done yet, as soon as possible. We want you to engage for the future of your profession at the local level, of course, at the regional level, but also at the global level, at FIG level. And therefore, we hope that you will help us to raise profile, to appear on the radar of policymakers and the general public. Now, the important part, we can start the students' contest, and therefore I give the floor to Leif Bjartemjøs from Norway, who is Vice President of CLGE and who was also the chair of the vetting committee. He will guide us through this ceremony. Thank you, Leif.
Thank you, Jean-Yves. CLGE has launched the first CLGE Students Contest. The prize was announced in the second half of 2011. Let me see. Where do in the second part of 2011 by sending an invitation letter to the member associations and announcing the contest on our website. The prize was announced in 3 categories. It was topography and geodesy, GIS and geomatics, and the third category, national and European professional engagement. The works should have been conducted in between the years 2009 to 2012, and group work were permitted. Within the deadline, which was the 15th of July 2012, 11 works was received. A jury has evaluated the works, and members of the jury have been Pedro Ortiz from Spain, Henning Elström from Denmark, and Jens Ricken from Germany, all experts from CLGE. From TRIMBLE, Omar Subra have been member of the jury, and from SRI, Frank Holzmüller. And myself, I have been president or chair of the jury. The jury has decided to hand out awards in the 2 first categories, geodesy and topography, and GIS and mapping. Before we start the awards ceremony, I will inform that CLGE has decided to launch this students' contest also for the next years. So I will ask all delegates to inform, delegates of the CLGE to inform teachers and students, and to convince students to take part in next year's contest. Then we have come to the winners. In the first category, geodesy and topography, there were 6 participants. And winners are a group of 5 students from Croatia: Diana, Daria, Jakov, Kristina, and Jerka. Yes. The title of the work is Geodetic Works in Research and Development Plan for Remediation of Landslides Kostanjak. And I will ask Daria to come forward and present their work.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Daria Dragčić. I'm coming from Faculty of Geodesy at the University of Zagreb. And in the next few minutes, I'll present you a paper, Geodetic Works in Research and Development Plan for Remediation of Landslide Kostanjak, that I made with 4 of my colleagues, and which won first place in category Geodesy Topography at first CLGE Students' Contest. Landslide Kostanjak is the largest active landslide in the Republic of Croatia. It's located at the western part of the city of Zagreb in residential zone at southwestern slope of Mountain Medvednica. It was initially activated in 1963, but its remediation hasn't been done yet. Landslide is mainly caused by anthropogenic factors, including mining and excavation from an open pit of marl quarry at the top part of landslide, and since its activation, it's caused substantial damages to buildings and infrastructure, which you can see on the photos below. Something about project. Project was realized during 2011 and 2012 within a scientific Japanese Croatian project and collaboration with Faculty of Mining, Geology and Petroleum, also from University of Zagreb, and privately held company Geometic Smolček. Project had 3 phases. First phase was observation of 35 points of GPS network using relative static method for purposes of determining movements of landslide and establishing integrated monitoring system in real time. On left pictures you can see post-processing of collected GPS data, and on right picture you can see vector of movements for 35 observed GPS points in period between 2009 and 2012. Second phase was processing of housing facilities with visible changes. It included result of geodetic measurements where coordinates of top and bottom of each house. From coordinates it was possible to calculate angle of the slope of each house relative to the north and make comparison with slope derived from digital elevation model to see if those 2 slopes coincide. Third phase was measurement of shift and deformation of the well near northwestern border of landslide for determination of the direction of landslide movements in the vicinity of the well. Landslide has caused shifts and deformation of private wells, which you can see on the upper left picture. And then with direct method of measurement, we were using wooden rod and with centimeter scale. With plumb, we made cross-section of the well on the upper side of concrete plate. Then we measured it with total station and made 3D model of the well, which you can see on a lower photo. Conclusion of this paper is that the application of different surveying methods in research of landslides shows important role of geodesy in managing high-risk areas such as landslides. Thank you for your attention. And do you have any questions, maybe? No? Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then I will ask the students to come forward. The 5 students from Croatia, winners. And they will have their award from the certificate from President of CLG, Sianu Pillow. And then I will ask Treasurer of CLG, these sites, to come forward and hand over the check. It's a check of €1,000. And then we have 2 generous sponsors, TRIMBLE and SRI, and I will ask Omar Subra from TRIMBLE to come forward and hand over their part of the awards.
Well, thank you very much. We are so happy to see those young students here, and I see a lot of you right here. It's very exciting to see the young community and that all the efforts from all the members from the CLGE, including its president, Mr. Jean-Yves Pirlo, is paying off today. TRIMBLE is extremely happy to contribute and help young students, young generation being there. We really are excited about that. We are actually hiring a lot, so you should be looking at our website. If you're looking at careers with manufacturers, TRIMBLE is a good company. I've been working with them 14 years now. It's super exciting. I'm not going to be long, so that's all I'm going to do. I know I am between you and the beers, so we will be there soon, but there are a few prizes to give again, and congratulations. You all are getting also a license of SketchUp that we all acquired, not the free version, the full pro version, and we have a few gifts for you, so congratulations.
And then I will ask Frank Holzmüller from SRI.
Next one. Okay. Next award.
Will you give me one more award? Yes, Frank Holzmüller. Then we have come to the winner of the second category, which is GIS and mapping. And the winner is Konstantin Giska from Moldova. And the title of his work is Impact of Persistent Organic Pollutants on Human Health and Analysis of the Damage Caused by them by using GIS tools. Then I will ask Konstantin Giska to come forward and do his presentation of his work.
Good afternoon. My name is Giska Konstantin. I'm going to be speaking to you about the impact of persistent organic pollutants on human health and analysis of the damage caused by them by using GIS tools. Namely the causes of the increased number of cancer disease cases in the Republic of Moldova. GIS helps answering questions and solving problems by looking at the data in a way that is quickly understood and easily shared. Many public health organizations rely on GIS to help in making decisions that influence human health. The paper reveals about the problem of persistent organic pollutants, the POP action on the human body leads to the increasing the morbidity caused by cancer disease. The warehouses storing persistent organic pollutants were analyzed to see if indeed it might be a cause of increased number of cancer disease. The explored area is the territory of the Republic of Moldova, excluding the Transnistrian region and Chimișlia district, which covers an area of about 29 square kilometers. The initial data was collected with the support of the company Trimetrica, which is the official representative of ESRI in Moldova. This helped making the maps showing the density of the cancer disease for the 2 years survived, 2010 and 2011. Data on the warehouses have been divided into 5 risk groups. There are about 1,400 warehouses spread all over the territory of Moldova. For the warehouses, depending on the risk levels of the warehouses, different radius were used. So first were analyzed districts where the largest number of cancer disease where are they? So as you can see in these districts, there are a lot of warehouses storing pulp, and also the rate of those located near localities and with a high risk is also big. Also were analyzed districts where the cancer disease increased in number. Therefore, 7 districts experienced such an increase. Like in the previous case, in these districts are located a very large number of warehouses, and the rate of those, the average rate of those located near a locality is approximately 30%. So, based on data received and analyzed, the persistent organic pollutants has a negative impact on the human health and environment, and the development and implementation of new GIS technologies in public health will make us confident that the human life will considerably improve. And thank you for your attention.
Yes, thank you very much. And then I will ask President of CLGE, Jean-Yves Pilot, to come forward and hand over the certificate. He will also give a CLGE pin, also to the other winners. And then I will ask Treasurer of the CLGE, Dieter Seitz, to hand over the check. And then I will ask Frank Holzmüller from SRI to come forward.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Jean-Yves actually to make it possible for SRI to be part of this competition. We love to be part of competitions for students because we know that this kind of gatherings will be very interesting, very good for you to be prepared for your future. It's a great occasion to meet new people, to broaden your horizon, to also meet people from other countries, and that you have some fun with those people as well, I hope. But it's a great occasion, and it's even also very nice that they had this competition here. So some of you sent in papers. I want to thank all of you who did that. One became the winner in the GIS competition. Konstantin, congratulations. Do you know already what you're going to do with €1,000?
Not yet.
Not yet? Perhaps go to him tonight and see if he wants to buy you a drink or something. Okay, anyhow, congratulations. You get the money. You also get a trip to our European User Conference next year, a year from now in Munich, so you can look forward to that. And I have a few books for you from the SRE Press Library. I also have books for the Croatian winners with me, so it's over there, so stay close to me. Thank you very much, and have a good evening also.
Yes. Thank you very much, and a big congratulations to all the winners, and then I will hand over the word to Johnny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Leif, Bjarte, also for your work, because one had to read all these papers, and of course it was Leif Bjarte and his whole team. Now, as I have announced, I did not forget that I owe a pin to Jens André, so I will hand over this pin very soon, because as a DVV member, he is automatically also a CLGE member, of course. But before doing this, I would like to insist again about the fact that you are here, that we are so happy to see you so in so big numbers. We are really, this is an achievement for us, and we think that INTERGEO, in fact, is a real platform for CPD. CPD means continued professional development. It means you are not here once in your life, but you come over and over again to learn the latest things. This is very important. It's also a platform for networking. We are already making a network of friends here and seize the chance to come on a regular basis and to see well-known faces again. And finally, and that's what we are here for too, it's a platform to start our actions and to get a better visibility in the outside world, because now politicians are coming here, and I would like to have also members of the European Parliament coming here. And if they see the youth here, they will be convinced that we have a profession with a big future. And who makes all this possible? In fact, it's, I already told it, it's DVV and its president, Karl Friedrich Töne. He is present here and he will address you a few words, and he is really the last man between you and the beer. So, Karl Friedrich.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, this is unfair, my dear. I have prepared a 30-minute speech, but I think I save it to me and to you. So I just say a warm welcome to you. Welcome to the future of the surveying profession. That's really you, the future of the surveying profession. And the headline of today's daily news, it's you too. Students explore innovations. So on behalf of the DVW, have a nice evening, be inspired, and let's meet and come together this evening. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for enriching INTERGEO. Nice evening. Bye.